to Christmas, and that's the first cracking joke we've had so far. So there we go. But yes, we hope to be speaking to our new club president pretty soon, Ken Samuel. We were hoping to get Jamie McAlinden in for a quick word, but Jamie is in the squad, which Ed will be reading out in a few moments. And we also have our sponsors, APS, in with us today, and Craig Turnbull. So it's quite a busy show. So there we have it. Ed, the Poppers continued their impressive form with a fine 1-0 win at handball last week, and it was a goal by Elliot Sandy once again, the goal-scoring machine. Elliot Sandy, feed the bear, as we keep saying, feed the bear. And it was a great afternoon at Hanwell, and let's hope today against Royston that we can continue.
Yeah, I wasn't at the Hanwell game as we know, but from what I heard and from what I read, it was a solid performance, and I think Hanwell were on a better run of form than Royston, and I think that maybe we can. I would maybe think we might be able to win this one today.
Well, Royston have actually really dropped down the ratings in the last few weeks. They've only won, I think, 2 of the last 6 games, and come into this in 7th place and 17 points behind Kettering. But they are a full-time squad with 18 players on contract. Make no bones about it. This is going to be a very, very difficult encounter. And featuring for Royston today is former Poppy Dave Theobald, who made 57 appearances, scoring, I think, around 6 goals from 2005 onwards. So he'll be a real threat, as our president says, from set pieces. So I can see Ken there limbering up in the background as we speak. But Ed, if you want to go through today's team, there's a few surprises in there.
Yes, we can do the teams now, I guess. So we'll start. I don't know whether we actually have any graphics. So what I'll do is I'll just go with
just go with it.
Go with
the flow, Ed.
Go with the flow. Here we go. Number 1, Richard Knight. Number 2, James Clifton. 3 in Captain Steve Kinneborough. 4, Tommy Hull. 5, Brett Solkin. 6 is Jason Lee. 7, Andy Gooding. 8, James Jepson. 9, David Kolodinsky. 10, Elliot Sandy. And 11, Andy Hall on the bench today. Number 12, Dubiog Bonner. 17, Jamie McAlinden. 14, Ash Robinson. 15, John Bukasa. And 16, Andrew Watts.
Well, a couple of changes there, isn't there? From,
Jamie's back into the squad, which is good, albeit on the bench, but it's nice to see that he's got a bit more fitness is getting better, although albeit not first team yet.
Well, in midweek he was saying that he was going to be on the show to talk about his injury, but obviously he's passed a fitness test and he's in the squad today, so
good news.
That's good to have another goalkeeper to parry along there with Richard Knight. Also, we see that Dubiog Bonner is on the subs bench, and Claudio Hoban is the only other player missing from that fine win last week at Hanwell.
Yes, I guess we shall explain why Hoban is missing. He has a family event of sorts to attend to. So
he's not playing Santa Claus, is he?
He might be. I'm not sure. But if he is, then good luck to him. And Dubiog Bonner, we're being told, is on the bench for reasons. Apparently, he turned up late today.
Well, that's fair play as well, isn't it? If you don't get here on time, then that's good management skills there on that, so that's good. Well, this is the first of the return fixtures of the season. We beat Royston 2-1, and as you can see from our league table in a few moments, we are a good few points clear now of the Bedworth in second place, 5 points clear of them, and there's the league table, 7th Royston there, and we've got Aylesbury, Hanwell and Rugby. Hanwell meet Rugby today, so that should be a cracking game for them, but we're only really bothered about today's game.
Yeah, and as long as we keep winning, there's absolutely nothing that the teams below us can do. So that's what our main focus should be on. And then just behind us with our fantastic new graphics still, the upcoming fixtures. Of course, Royston today, then away next Saturday to Northwood, and then of course that Boxing Day fixture, which was rearranged to the day after the Saturday against Daventry, which will be a massive game, especially in the festive spirit.
And then, of course, on 2015, that cracking game against Rugby Town, where David Kolodinsky, hit him by some stars, look. Kolodinsky hopefully will be scoring against his old teammates there. Just so that you know that Rebus Richard Noel is still at Burton Park Wanderers, and Josh Moorman is still at Stamford AFC. And it's good news that, Jamie McAlinden is progressing through his groin injury, and Jonathan Thorpe also is recovering from a recent operation. So that's the team news there, and we've got some good fixtures. Rugby against Hanwell, that's an interesting game. Bedford against Aylesbury, and the other one to look out for is AFC Hayes against Bedworth United. Well, I'm going to give Ed a little break now. You can take your hat. And
Thank you very much.
Is it flashing?
I don't know if it's flashing at the moment.
I wouldn't announce that,
no.
that you're flashing.
No, I'm not flashing. No,
well, that's good to know. And so we'll see Ed in a few moments, but we're going to bring on now, as you may have gathered, some of you, that we have a new club president, and I'm delighted to announce and congratulate Director Ken Samuel, who has filled the position in the wake of the dearly departed Sid Chapman, who was a great Poppy's stalwart, as is Ken. So welcome, Ken, once again to Poppy's TV, and it's great to have you here in your new role, the youngest president since Obama, I've been told. And
well, if you say so, Paul, you're the stats man.
I'm the stats man, am I?
Yeah.
So I'll need to question you obviously about your foreign policy and your home ground policy, and the away policy that we have so far.
Yeah, my policies won't change at all. So I'll go to every home game and every away game. I've asked the chairman if he can find me a bodyguard just in case of any assassination attempts.
Lee Harvey Laddock, maybe.
But, well, don't go there, Paul.
But it's a great honour, isn't it, Ken? I'm sure you're delighted, as those of you that come to the game against Rugby on New Year's Day will see Ken's notes, and it's rather touching, isn't it, that you've been given this position, and great for you and for your wife Sue, of course, as well.
Yeah, it's an honour, and Sue's been there all these years with me as well as a supporter, and now runs the boardroom and as associate director. So she's very pleased, and it's an honour to be given a role like this, and I just hope I can fill the boots of the late Sid Chapman, who was a legend at the club.
How do you see the presidential role? Is it an ambassadorial role that you see it as? You go to every game, don't you? So you are a fact of honouring the club at away games as well, aren't you? Which is
certainly it's a title. I still remain as a club director and still hope to work very hard for the club and for the fans. And I'd like to think that being a president is an acknowledgement of the fact that we've got some great fans. I do what I do for the fans who have been with us all these years, and hopefully we'll attract more fans to the club now that we're being successful again.
Last time you were on talking about the proposed Rockingham Road ground and also the Avondale project. Is there anything you can say about that in your new role as president? You may have had some influence in the 4 days that you've had since you've been honoured with this title.
If only I could flick a switch, Paul. The bids are in. We've had no responses as yet to the bids, and that's the way the position stands. 2015,
though, could be a fantastic year for Kettering Town Football Club, couldn't it? Not only are we top of the league at the moment, but we're games ahead, and who knows, we may have a ground at the end of 2015 to go on into the next league with.
Well, the board's working very hard to try and find a permanent ground. I think that's the key thing. Being successful is fantastic, and it means that people want to come and help us, and people want to come and support us, and it's a good time. It's probably the best time that we've had in the last few years to be at Kettering Town Football Club. But the overriding thing is, yes, we need a permanent home, and that's what we've got to concentrate most on.
So how do you see your 2015 panning out as club president now?
Very similar to what it was before, Paul, to be honest. The board worked very hard, and the chairman is an inspiration to us all. And
he's just chairman's actually in here. I see money being
money's
changing hands.
I didn't realise he was here, so money will no doubt will follow. But without Richie, the club wouldn't have survived, and without the supporters, the club wouldn't have survived. And as I've said in interviews over the last couple of days, the position financially is very stable. We've got another 7 months to pay on the CVA, which will knock that one over, and that's being met by supporters, which is absolutely fantastic. That supporters can find £1,500 a month to see that clear, and with the financial situation being stable and the playing side being stable, it gives us the opportunity as a board to look at what we need to look at in terms of stability ground-wise.
That's great news then, Ken, isn't it? So we'd like a final address to the fans before you trot off to do your other duties. Ken's working, of course, today as normal. They're in the boardroom and around the ground. He'll be around reporting as well for the official website. A new website coming, I believe, in February. That should be good. Craig will be talking about that in a little while.
Great.
So that should all be good news for you. So,
absolutely. But what I'd like to say to the fans is to keep coming, to keep with us, to support us, to put money in the buckets, to keep coming to home games and as many away games as they can, and give the board the support that it needs to see the club through.
Excellent, Ken. Thank you very much for your time. I'm sure you've got a few things to do, and I shall see you later on after 5 o'clock, I'm sure, for a snifter. Of course, it'll be hot chocolate and tea, of course.
Absolutely.
That's all we ever have here after the game. But congratulations once again, Ken. Great to have you. I'm sure we'll be having you again in a few weeks' time to give us an update what's going on.
Pleasure.
Thank you again. Thank you. That's Ken Samuel there, our new club president for 2014-15 and for the next 25 years. At least, hopefully, so the youngest president. So we now have one of our sponsors coming into today's game, APS, and just bear with me while they get into position.
Oh.
Hello there.
Show that up. Okay.
Let's have a look there. We'll get you on the screen. So APS embroidery. Yes. So I understand you do all of our embroidery for the shirts. And,
that's absolutely right.
And the jacket that who's wearing this one?
This is Imelda. This is my daughter Imelda.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Delighted to be here today. It's and to have sponsored the game. To be honest, it's my first ever football match that I've ever been to.
Really?
So I brought James along with me, a colleague, to answer any football questions that he might
Who
fire
won the
at.
FA Cup in 1948?
James?
Stoke City.
Wolverhampton Wanderers.
And just my little mascot that we've supplied her with an embroidered jacket just this morning to show off. So hopefully all your Kettering fans are going to want some jackets. So.
I'm sure that merchandise actually this time of year is vitally important for a revenue stream, and I'm sure with your help we can do that. So you can see your colleague just behind you, maybe. Yeah, just come through. There's no airs and graces here. Just pop down, watch the screen, don't pull that down. You might see something behind there. But there you are. You're in the picture there.
Yeah,
careful you don't get hit by those stars. They've been bombarding me for the last 5 or 10 minutes, but they've gone now. So, well, there's your logo on there. And how do you see yourself then with Kettering Town? As you say, it's your first game, but.
Well, maybe I'll tell you in an hour or two. I don't know how long does the football game go on for.
90 minutes.
I'm not quite sure.
Really is your first game now.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. So no, I'm really looking forward to it. And I say delighted to be here. We're a company based in Northampton. We've been going for just over 10 years. We're only a small firm. There's only 6 of us involved, but we've grown significantly over the last 2 years, largely to do with our production manager here, James. So we're now doing everything in-house, all of our embroidery and all our printing. So we supply companies with all their corporate clothing and their workwear.
So you've been working with Richard then, have you?
I've been working with Richie for probably about 10 years. I've been doing workwear for Evolution and a few of businesses that he's involved in. So of course, as soon as he got involved in the football club, he approached me, and we've started doing all the players' kits and merchandise.
Did you do the sponsorship over the players' shirts?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so absolutely. That's it.
Okay, that's great to have you on here. We're a bit short for time. We've got just a couple more guests to come on. But it's
fine.
I hope you enjoy your
thank you very much. Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Hope you'll be okay as well. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Doesn't look too impressed at the moment, but so there we are. So we've got to win. Hope you enjoy
Thank you, I will
game
do, yes.
And all the success for your business for 2015.
Thank you very much.
No problem at all.
What's up?
There we go, that's APS Embroidery from Northampton, one of our sponsors today, and that's great news that they're going to be helping Kettering Town's merchandising. So we've got Craig Turnbull now coming in, who's going to give us some news on the format that's going to happen for 2014-15 and onwards. So Craig, there's been quite a bit of discussion on various websites regarding Poppy's TV, mainly the away game match day experience or inexperience, should I say, on the last few games that we've had. But certainly you've been working with Glenn, our producer, and Richie, and some of the editing suites. Probably you can give some of our viewers today some insight in what's going to happen in the near future.
There's actually a lot happening at the moment. Currently Evolution are working on the new website. It has taken a bit longer than anticipated, but it's actually been all put in place to make my life a little bit easier.
We don't want that.
So, but it's basically a new, fresh idea that's actually come from the knowledge of Richie and the boys at Evolution, Raji and Pete, all there, and basically what you would get is basically all the social media, like the Twitter, your Facebook, your YouTube, which we've just started now on YouTube. You can find Poppy's Media. The last home game, you had your first highlights package went up, and that is something that we're looking to do now for.
Is that going to be playing highlights as well, or just interviews with myself and Ed?
It's going to be a whole lot. I do know on PoppyNet that has been basically a big thread that's gone on, and it's going to be a free package which goes on just the highlights and the interviews. Possibly for next season, we are looking to possibly put Poppy's TV as a paid package. That hasn't been confirmed yet, but it's a case of what we're trying to do is basically be fair to the fans. The fans, obviously, that come here today, that spend their money, they have a right to go home and watch the highlights.
I think that's one of the bugbears, isn't it? They
is.
come to the game and they'd like to see the goals, they'd like to see the interviews, the action that goes on, and because they're here, they don't see that.
Yeah.
And the people that are living away from home, and brings me to Derek Lynch, who's there in Thailand. If you're watching, Derek, hello.
Oh, and happy birthday, Derek, for last week.
Yeah, I hope you're having a great time. I'm sure your weather's better than ours, but Derek there, of course, very influential at the beginning of Poppy's TV, and was a great innovator along with Richie in doing that. But he's been watching today, so it's great that we can go out to New Zealand, we can go out to Thailand, we can go out to Croatia, America, but some of the more immediate destinations, Hanwell, Aylesbury, tend to be where we have the problems.
Yeah, unfortunately we're not in the lavish lifestyle of actually being in the conference anymore. We are in the Southern League Division 1 Central.
I never go.
We do have to visit places like Hanwell, and no disrespect to Hanwell and Aylesbury that we went to. Aylesbury, unfortunately, was just a signal error. We couldn't get more, I think, than 2G, so we're going back to the 1980s. There were actually 2G actually existed. So that was just that was out of our hands, and unfortunately it was just a simple matter at Hanwell because they've just got promoted. Nice people, nice ground and stuff, but unfortunately they just didn't have a couple of plug sockets in the stand. So unfortunately we are in 2014, we are in 2015, and we do get beat by technology, even at our level. So fortunately we couldn't broadcast at that game, but we would. As Poppy's TV have done every game so far this season, bar for those two, we will try and bring the best service and the best product we can, and we are looking at ways to improve that now, and obviously in the future. And while people are sitting here and saying how good the service is at the moment, we're always there working behind the scenes to improve it for next season, and it's very, very tough, especially as a volunteer. And
well, yes, we're all volunteers. We all do this for nothing, obviously. We all do it for the love of the club, and that's great to hear from you. So we need to get some Ed back because we're going to go through the team again now that we have the graphics, I believe. So thank you very much Craig. We'll hear from Craig again, no doubt, in a little while. But we can now bring you the lineup of players once again. I think we couldn't do that earlier because we were fiddling around with other things in the studio. So if you want to take it away again, Ed, if you want to go through the team with the graphics. So here we go. This is
we'll just
let's tee these up and make sure that we can start off with a goalkeeper, because I don't think Kolodinsky wants to play in goal, but
who knows?
And, who
might
knows?
score a few more.
Sandy there grinning his way through it all. But so where are we?
This
is half the team, but it's not in the actual format that it should be. So oh dear.
Don't we love technology?
Yes, here we go.
Hang on, no, that's McAllen. He's on the bench.
He is on the bench.
Almost
there.
We will.
This is going to be on our Christmas cracker package.
Yes, we have bloopers.
Of bloopers, and that is going to be one of them. So
there we go. Number 1, Richard Knight is in goal. Then number 2 at right back is James Clifton. Number 3 and captain is Steve Kinnerborough. Playing, I would think, maybe. I'm not sure whether he's defence or midfield today. Is Tommy Hull at number 4. Brett Solkin, the man who he will interchange with, is at number 5.
The light switcher.
Yes. Number 6, Jason Lee, who is a rock at the back for Ketchum Town this season. Number 7 is not Doobie Ogbonna at all. It's Andy Gooding.
Yes.
There we go. Number 8 is James Jepson, as we are there. Number 9 is David Kolodinsky. 4 games so far, still not scored. Let's hope that changes today and he makes up for the goals that he's missed out on. And then someone who hasn't been short of scoring, Elliot Sandy, number 10. And then a little bit off form, number 11, Andy Hall. Let's hope he gets back to his best. On the bench, number 12, Doobie Ogbonna. There we go. That's in his right position this time. Number 17, Jamie McAlinden, returning back to fitness. Number 14 is Ash Robinson, who facing a tough old time competing with the midfield power that we have at the moment. Number 15, Jonathan Bukasa, who we know can come off the bench and be dangerous. And then number 16 is Andrew Watts, who we don't have a graphic for because he's actually a youth player.
That is true. Andrew Watts, he did make an appearance as a substitute in the last home game here against Sharp on St Peter, but he didn't come onto the pitch. And with Claudio Hoban missing through family business, i.e. a wedding, and Doobie he's on the bench due to arriving late at the ground, so the management there have installed their disciplinary measures and put him as a substitute at the time.
As you can see, I think I saw a flash of yellow flag there down the tunnel, which means the linesmen and officials are getting ready. Which means the teams must be getting ready, which means I must have to get ready.
Okay, I'll let you go and climb the gantry in your Christmas hat, which you're not wearing anymore now.
No, it was making me head a little bit too hot.
Yes, I don't wear the sort of things. I have got a jumper on because it is quite cool in here, but there we go. So Ed's going to nip off now to the gantry and join Matt Spearman, who will be your commentators for this afternoon, as we get ready for the kick-off between Kettering Town and Royston Town. This should be the last home game of 2014. Incidentally, 2014, the Poppies have played 50 first-class matches. They've won 35, drawn 4, and lost 11 of those games. Only one of those defeats has been in the league at home, which is an incredible statistic, really. We've scored 120 goals and conceding 49. So all those doom-mongerers that we read about on various websites need to take a look at that start statistic and wrap it up and get behind the lads as we need to today. So I'm going to hand you over now to Matt Spearman. I didn't see someone poking their tongue out at me there. I think that might have been ex-presenter Nigel Green making a guest appearance in the studio today. So there we are. Okay, I understand that Matt's on the camera. I can see that we've got the teams just about to come out there. It looks like that they're playing in purple and yellow. That's the goalkeeper, the Royston team. Royston with Dave Theobald, as I say, as ex-captain player in the side.
We are on.
And their lineup will be given out to you by Ed and Matt in a few moments. So there we are.
We've enjoyed some graphics.
We will be bringing you highlights of the goals, if there are any, of course, and we'll be speaking to one of the
hopefully normal again. As I'm going to put some gloves on as well.
Maybe hold on to that for
for
you can multitasking while they just as long as the players don't come out, Nick.
Nope, you're fine. Right, making sure it's the microphone on. It is on, and
there you go.
There we go. The gloves are on. So right, I hope you can hear me. I'm getting words in my ears. There we go. Oh, we can. Yep, that's good. There we go. So the players are about to walk out. It's a situation today where it's hats and gloves and scarves, but also sunglasses, I think, because the sun is rather low over the back of the stand there.
Yeah, so I don't know what the quality of the filming will be like as we go over towards the sun, because it is actually so bright, isn't it?
It is very low and it's very bright, so I have brought sunglasses so I can see what I'm doing. But it's certainly winter, let's just say that much.
But the pitch actually looks in better condition than it did.
Well, there's